Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to make a quick little review video on this new game I played, Terra Memoria. And for those of you that don't want to go all the way skipping to the end or anything, I'll go ahead and give a score now. I will rate this game an 8 out of 10 for its RPG mechanics and everything else. If pretty much that's all you wanted to know of what I would rate this game, then yeah, just 8 out of 10. If you want to know for my reasons, just keep watching. So pretty much it's what you would expect, a turn-based RPG. The tutorial fights don't really go into too much detail because it kind of at first it'll come off as you take a turn, then your enemy takes a turn. But as you keep playing, it starts to get more advanced. And no, I don't know why I used the word advanced. It's actually very simple once you get the hang of it. For example, if you played games like Pokemon, you should know how certain enemies are weak to certain elementals and stuff like that. And the way it works is they have each enemy and each player or your team gets a turn, right? Well, here's the thing. If you look right next to their health, you see a little number 3, 2, and 3, right? If you hit them with an attack that they're not weak to, they lose 1 number off that shield. Hit them with something that they're weak to, and they lose 2. It hits 0, and they're basically stunned, and they basically go being weak from 1 elemental to all elementals. So from there, it kind of makes you like decision. Do you want to get rid of an enemy as soon as possible, hit them with their weak enemies, or if you can, if you want to play it cocky like I have a few times, and just hit them with three regular attacks they're not weak to, and same results. And if it comes off that I'm making the combat seem easier than it should be, that's only because that only applies to the regular encounters you're gonna have. Once you start fighting boss fights and whatnot, you actually do have to think a little more strategy, as this game can be forgiving when you get a little cocky, but at the same time it can be really challenging if you decide to charge in and not level up enough for the next encounter. You don't really get to know if the next encounter is, if you're the right level for it. It's just more or less one moment you're just like, yeah, these boss fights are easy. You enter a new region and next thing you know, the boss fights or the enemies there are like 5-8 levels above you. Not really a complaint because it's fairly easy to level up in this game. It's more or less just grinding, and once you feel comfortable enough with your skill set and your abilities and whatnot, you can just kind of go to the next area. Again, it's not too punishing. You just lose all your health and end up back at the campfire or something, so you don't really have to feel any frustration of being sent to the main menu or anything like that just because a fight basically took you out really easily, which has happened to me multiple times. Another thing too are the puzzles. Basically, some can be something as simple, which is something that a little feature that threw me off at first was the same mechanics that you use for your base building, which I'll get to later on in this video, is the same thing you can use to solve puzzles, which I thought was amazing. Aside from that, there's also these other puzzles where you had to move some pillars around and make sure all the whatever lights they were moving, they had to hit at the same time to open doors, and they involves a little brain work, but they were otherwise pretty easy to solve once you kind of understood the placements of each pillar. Another fun mechanic I liked in this game was the cooking, which was tied to a really simple mini game. But the thing is, gathering the resources needed to cook the recipe and then actually pulling it off wasn't just like a thing where you get like some minor boost or anything like that. Each of the recipes you cooked led to a permanent health buff, which considering how, remember earlier I said that the enemies can kind of over level you and overpower you. Well, this is where the cooking mechanic of permanent health comes in handy, because say you cook and I think in this clip alone I cooked about 6 recipes that boosted my health to about 36, 42, which may not seem a lot until you end up going against an enemy that deals about 79 damage, which I couldn't count how many times I probably would have gone down had I not actually took the time to cook anything in this game. And aside from the side quests and trophy hunting, that's pretty much been my main goal in this game. Get stronger, hunt stronger enemies, and from there basically whatever they drop I sell, or make into badges to then again sell just to buy more ingredients, or just go out in the world to find the ingredients that I can't buy. Because again, I don't know what is it about something so simple as a permanent health boost tied to cooking, but it's one of those mechanics that just got me hooked. And finally, the base building, which it took me a while to get the hang of, because I guess I wasn't so used to games with these kinds of building base mechanics. But once you get the hang of it, there's no right or wrong way to make a base. You just kind of make it your own way. And the best part is, as you keep playing, you start unlocking more structures and whatnot, even doing side quests or just buying them from vendors out in the world. You basically start ending up with just about enough stuff to kind of make a base to your liking. Right now, mine just kind of looks like a piece of crap that had random grass in parts of the thing and a few houses and everyone spread around. But let's just say once I get my, once I finish my cooking phase and beat the story and whatnot, I'll come back to the base building part of it and actually make it a base that's worth bragging about. So yeah, that about does it for Terra Memoria and why I gave it an 8 out of 10 at the beginning of the video. It's a really fun and chill RPG. It threw me off guard at first because normally especially because if you look in the background of this game was originally worked on by 4 people. So it was a small dev team, and then they finally wrapped it up with 12 people. So that alone, as I kept playing, made me seem, yep, they got a lot of passionate people behind this game, and you can kind of feel it as you play it, that it wasn't one of those, you know, one-off things, because as you keep playing, the characters start to grow on you. What's it called? The story is like, you start, I guess the only minor spoiler I can give about the story so far is you're just trying to investigate a crystal shortage. And just from that alone, it's kind of sending you all over the place. And yeah, looking forward to playing more of this. You can catch my playthroughs on Twitch. I was thinking about just doing like the part 1, part 2 thing. But after playing this, I felt like a review video would probably do it more justice to get more people to check this game out. Because, you know, just watching my playthrough wouldn't convince them to play it, because they might play differently than me. And, you know, if I can just straight up tell you that, you know, this game has good RPG mechanics. It has good, you know, exploration mechanics. Basically, you're rewarded with new moves, which again, another spoiler, you are rewarded with more moves to work with for exploring. This game really, like, for being curious, or even for, you know, taking on stronger enemies and barely coming out of it, you are rewarded for just about everything you try to do in this game. And that's something I like. It's not one of those RPGs where you're level 15, you take a level 22, they beat you up, you're stuck. It's more or less like, okay, I learned from that fight, what can I do to progress from there? And that's what I like about this game. It's, despite it progressively getting harder, you're not at all punished for that difficulty spike as it keeps slowly creeping up on you. And that's what I enjoy about this game. Anyways, that's all I had to say. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and definitely check out Terra Memoria. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description so you can see it, where it's available. I believe it's on PlayStation, which is where I'm playing it on, Steam, and also the Switch. Okay, quick editors. No, I don't know why I keep doing this, but I left out Xbox. Nothing against them. It's just I've been used to them being left out of good games from time to time. But no, it's basically on all platforms. I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyways, yeah, I'll leave a link so you can see for yourself what the game has to offer. I'm sure the colorful website they made for this game would be better convincing than me just showing clips and saying, check this out, and check this out. Anyways, yeah, till next time, see you all later.